Good morning, everybody. This is Becky here at Aunt Beck's Creations, and just having my first few sips of coffee. And I saw that several people are live, but I needed to do this video now because we are expecting snow, and with snow, you don't know if you'll lose your power, and I needed to do this video today. So this is going to be my wrap-up video for the hashtag Finish That Whip 2026. This is a challenge that Lisa at the One Lisa show is doing. And there's Scott. Good morning, Scott. But I thought I would quickly share the things that I did get completed. The first thing I finished was this little size 1 dress. And there was actually 2 cut out, and you can see how this is flipping up. It's how they had me sew this. So I need to put another tack strip in there, or a tack stitch, because I have tacked it along here within the gathering. And it's got 3 little buttons. And no, it's not a Project Dress a Girl because it has buttons. This was just a challenge I had done for myself to sew a vintage pattern, because if you've never sewn a vintage pattern before and you like a challenge, I would say go for it. But expect them to assume you know what you're doing. So if you're just beginning to sew, don't try a vintage pattern until you've got some under your belt. So it's got little teeny cuffs, and I added the fringe. You could also create a scalloped little thing that hangs over the skirt here, but I didn't want to do that. And then it's doing this flip thing that's driving me crazy, and I don't know how to fix it. But anyway, I've sewn a vintage dress. There is another one cut out. It's a size 1. So this will go in my bin of stuff to possibly have for gifting. The next thing I did is I fixed the placemat bag where the handles had frayed and pulled out, and I took those handles off, and I cut some of this green belting that we picked up at the thrift store not too long ago. And I actually, when I just opened where this strap was, and then I extended the length of the strap down into the side of the bag. So it now comes all the way down to here. And I sewed all the way around, and then I did a stitch on the diagonal. And that way those handles won't pull out with any luck. It's just a little tote bag. I was using this as my purse back then, and I loved it. The only thing is I did kind of wish it had a zipper, but it works. The only bad part is if it tips over, then everything dumps out. But I did fix that. Then when I was cleaning up the other day, I found the little scissor fob that I had, little thing for scissors that I had started. It's not the greatest sewing in the world, and this was my first attempt at a self-drawn pattern for this. I've done other patterns, but it's just to put little sharp tip scissors in that I can keep with my embroidery and slow stitching stuff. And so it's got hidden flowers inside, and then it's got kitties on the outside. I would do a different binding on the next one. Again, I was just trying to use scraps and what I had on hand. Yeah, I could, or I could put a button with a loop. I could open up the edge like I did for the handles and put a little loop in there that could come over and go on a button. Well, it'd be cool if I could find a jalapeno shaped button to put on here. That would be really cute. And then just do a little loop, maybe just a black loop with some fabric. So this is my third thing I finished. Then yesterday, when I was doing my trunk / bin show, of what was in that second bin, I found those mug rugs. So I have finished all 3 of them. So there's two like this, and that's their backs. And then I've got this one here. And I just did some simple stitching on my sewing machine. I didn't do these up by hand. These were all finished out by the machine. Took me less than 30 minutes to finish them up. And of course my cat is wanting to be bad. So that's 3 of these there. And then the other thing I found in my bins, did Yoda show up? Oh gosh. The cans are out in the other room if you want to give him a can. So I finished the banner. I like to make these and put them on my fireplace. And the reason there's so much space in between is that's where you would hang your Christmas cards as they came in. So yeah, so that got finished yesterday. One of the old cats has been missing from next door. That one of the oldest cats was missing for several days, and he's just showed up. So no, he's not been gone that long. Okay. I fed him like 3 or 4 days ago. And then the other thing I finished and almost forgot, and this is the most important thing because one of these is a giveaway, ding, ding, ding. I kind of figured there would hardly be anybody here for this, and this is open worldwide. It'll probably cost me, a pretty penny, but I'm willing to do that. But anyway, this one actually is the one I'm keeping. And these were made from placemats, again, that I took apart and I just turned into zippered bags. And the zippers were also thrifted, and the lining came from my stash of quilting fabrics. So I have that one. And then the one I'm giving away is this one. And it's got the same lining. There you go. And so these would be good, makeup bags, pencil bags, whatever. They do sit up on their own. So if you would like a chance to win this bag here with the sashiko stitching across, all you got to do is leave a comment under this video and include this in your comment, WIP Lover. So these were all my finishes. So thank you guys for being here, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you for being here. Bye.